Go
Sorry,
to
some of
this.
us is finding it difficult. Sorry, some of us is finding it difficult to make use of the internet. It's not showing.
Oh, it's not showing, please.
We can't see the screen, maybe due to the network issues.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Author, it's probably your network fine, but then this section is being recorded, so you can always come back to it. Do you understand?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
Right,
please
thank you.
Okay, please, can anybody confirm that they can see my screen? Can anybody confirm, please?
Yes,
Yes.
I can see
I
your
see your
screen.
screen on my end.
Okay, you can see my screen. Okay,
Yes.
that's good. That's good. So move to Node.js and click this download. So by the time you download it, please let me know if you've downloaded this particular time, because I want you to do it as I'm doing it, because this is just the installation parts. This is just the installation part. So download it. If you are using Mac OS, it will detect it that is Mac OS. If you are using Windows, it will detect it that is Windows. I'll send the link to the chat.
Hi, Oji. Please, I have a question. For those who already have Node installed, but like an older version, take for instance, I'm on version 21. Can we still proceed, or do we need to have the updated version? Can we still work
you
with?
don't. No. Okay, no. You don't need to update. You don't need to update for the class. But if it's a very, I believe that they know this year or last year, right? So
Yeah, it's not 21, so I think it's this year.
okay, so just type node type node space -v. I've put the command in the chat to see the
Yes.
version of Node you have.
The version I'm on is 21.2.0. So
Okay,
is
so
it for
yeah,
this class? All
yeah,
right.
21.2.0 should work.
All right.
21.2.0, yeah, it should work, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I even have 20.1.2, 20.12.0. So yours is even newer than mine. So type node v, then type npm, and see the version of npm that you have. The command is on the slide.
So for the version of the NPM, I'm on 10.2.3.
You are good.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. So please, if you have any problem installing Node, let me know before we move forward, please. If you have installed Node or you are doubting if you have it or not, just do node space v. It will tell you if you have Node installed or not. It will tell you the version if you have it.
So sir, I'm at the point of installing it now.
Okay. So please install it.
Okay, I should click on next, Abby.
Yes. Click download Node. By that time, it will give you to is it a Windows or a MacBook?
Window.
Yeah. So click next. Unbox or the unboxing.
Hi, sorry, mine is 16.17. Do I need to download an updated version?
No, I think you are good. The thing we are actually, our goal is to install Playwright actually. So
Okay, but when I try to enter node space -v, it's giving an error of node is not defined.
node space -v.
Yes, it gives an error node is not defined.
If it's
Uncut
not defined,
reference error.
did you copy that command? Node space I sent on the chat.
Yes.
Okay,
And when I
then
enter it, that's the error I get.
okay, that means that there's something wrong with the node. Either it has been uninstalled or there's a configuration issue. So you can download it again.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Download it again because it has to show that you had node version. So if you have downloaded node for your if you downloaded node, then type that command node v npm v, and then if you have that, let's now move forward to install Playwright. Please, can we move forward to install Playwright now, or is there anybody experiencing technical issue?
I'm sorry, I just installed the Node.js now.
Yes.
So it's bringing me back to a particular interface. Install additional tools for Node.js.
Which tool is that?
Node.js. I mean, like it's showing me an interface now.
Okay. Did you want to just command on the chat node v npm v, put it in your terminal? If this command works, then you don't need those tools again.
Okay, node what?
It's on the chat. Node space -v, all in small letter.
Okay.
Node space -v. Press enter and let's see what comes out. What comes out, please?
Sorry, I can't. Continue. I will join you soon, please.
Okay, so please, if you have installed Node.js, then let's move forward to install Playwright. So to install Playwright, Playwright is basically very easy. You can see that I am on the official documentation for Playwright. So this is how I like to teach it, so that you see exactly that what we are doing is what is officially recommended from the official website of Playwright. So I'm on the official site of Playwright. The first thing to do is to install Playwright, is to do npm init Playwright. If you can see my screen, you will see one command there. You see installation, introduction, Playwright. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah,
But
now.
it would be nice if we can drop the link to this Playwright page.
Yeah. So I'll drop the link to the Playwright documentation on the chat. So
Hello, sir. Please, when I added node Ivan fee, I got node is not defined as a response.
you did node -v.
Yes.
Did you copy the one I said on the chat, all small letter, the space?
Oh no, I did it. True.
Please copy exactly the way it is, because it might be maybe a typo. Just copy exactly the way it is on the chat.
Okay.
Sorry, the network threw me off.
Okay, sorry. So Mary, can you see the screen now? Mary, can you see the screen? Hello, Mary. Hello, Mary.
I can't see your screen. I can't see your screen.
Ah,
But don't worry, if every other person can see, can see.
okay.
Don't worry, I'll just.
But can you read the chat? Can you read the things on the chat?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, please. I don't know why you are not seeing my screen, but I believe that every other person can see my screen. Oh, okay. That is the official documentation for the official doc for Playwright. I want to drop the command to install Playwright now. It's on the channel. This command here, npm init Playwright latest. I'm highlighting this command here, if you can see it. So try and run that command in your terminal. Open your terminal. If you're not open your terminal, then yeah. Hello. So before you do that, hello, please don't install the Playwright yet. Hold on, please. Hello.
Yeah, I hear you.
No,
Yeah, please don't install the Playwright yet. And the reason I said that is because
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead before we go on.
I don't know, maybe I didn't go on time. Were they informed that they were using VS Code?
You can basically use any IDE of your choice, but we'll be using VS Code. That's why we didn't specify it. Anyone you're confident with, but yeah, I'll be using VS Code.
Okay.
Yeah. And VS Code is lightweight. If you don't have VS Code, we'll go through how to install VS Code. That's not a problem. That was exactly where I was going to before you. Thanks for that question. I was going there. So before you install Playwright, there are basically two types of installation for any package or any installation you want to do. Two types of installation. The first one is the global installation. The second one is the local installation. And the global installation is that if I install something, I can access it all across my system. Like once I install, like for example, that Node.js that you have just installed, if you create a new file and you type Node, it will come out because it's a global installation. But for Playwright, it is advisable. That's one of the best practices. It's advisable that you install it locally in that specified file because the versions can clash. The new version can clash with your global version. Do you get? So that might cause some issues for you. So it's advisable to install it locally in your file. So that's why I said we should pause it. So we'll pause it, we'll create a file, then we now install Playwright there. Do you get? So before we do that, hello, before we do that,
Yeah.
before we do that, let's, so that we'll be on the same page, let's download VS Code. If you feel you are okay with your ID, that's fine. But if you are not, please let's download VS Code. I'll send the link to VS Code on the channel. So the link to download VS Code is there. And VS Code is very, very lightweight. So I'm using MacBook. That's why I see download for MacBook here. If it's Windows, you see download from Windows. You see somewhere here. So let's install VS Code. Just download it and open it. Once you download and open it, it is fine. Then once you have done that, I will now share my own VS Code. Then I'll stop sharing this Chrome link. I'll now share my VS Code ID with you guys. So please, signify if you have VS Code installed already. Okay, so I can see some people have VS Code already. Please, if you don't have it and you want to install it, please signify too. You can just unmute and say that you are installing it so that we can give you like 30 seconds to do that.
Installing it.
Okay, that's fine. You can go ahead. We'll try and wait for you.
Yes, thank you. I'm installing it. Thank you.
Okay, so please, we are waiting for you guys. So, are we done so that we can proceed?
Yes, I think we can proceed. Looking at the time we have, we spend almost an hour with installations now.
Okay, so
I believe we can proceed.
Okay, so let's proceed. Let's proceed. So, For us to proceed, create a folder. Let me open your. Let me share my VS Code. Let me share my VS Code.
Hello, sir. Please, I installed through the link you sent to me, and when I input the Node iPhone fee, I'm still getting the same response. So.
You install. What? After you installed it, what did it tell you?
It showed me a prompt to type into. So I typed the Node iPhone fee.
No, after you installed it initially, what did it tell you? What message came up?
It didn't give me any message.
So, Emmanuel, you mean when you installed the node, you did not get anything like installation finished or?
It just opened up to a command for me to type into.
Okay, do you know what? Try
Sorry, if I can make a suggestion, he may just exit his command prompt and relaunch, and then try to do that again.
Yes, exactly. I was going to say that. Try and close your terminal or your command prompt. Close it, then relaunch it. Then type node. You can type node without the type node. If you see welcome to node, something like that. So
Yeah,
why
welcome to Node.js.
Good. So we are good. So now that you are here, just navigate to your desktop. Then, if you are with me, navigate to your desktop. Then create a folder in your desktop. We are about going to the core Playwright now. Navigate to your desktop, create a folder, and name the folder Playwright tutorial. You can name the folder Playwright tutorial or anything. Just name it Playwright tutorial. Now, if you do that, I'm about sharing my VS Code now. Ensure you create that folder in your desktop. Playwright tutorial. I'm on VS Code now. Can anybody see my VS Code?
Yes.
I can see it.
So if you've created that folder, if you open your VS Code, you see something similar to this. Then click on this open that is here. You can see my open here, right? Click on this open. Then go and open that particular folder in your desktop. You will see it here. I have it on my own. I have Playwright tutorial already. So open that particular folder. By the time you open it, you see something like this. Open it, have something like this. Are we there? Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, a good thing about VS Code is that it has its own terminal. So from now on, we'll be using the terminal on VS Code. So on the VS Code, you can go up. If you go up, you'll see some on your toolbar. If you can see my toolbar, can anyone see my toolbar? You'll see code, file, edit, selection, view, run terminal. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
So click on that terminal and you see new terminal there. If you're using Mac, you see new terminal. If you're using Windows, you see something like that. So you see like a terminal there or command prompt. Then click on it. If you click on it, you have something like this. You will have something like this. You will have a terminal that is down. Are we here?
Please come again. No.
I said, open your VS Code. Come to
I've done that.
this terminal in your toolbar. Come to this terminal in your toolbar. Click on it, then click on new terminal. it will lead you here. Do you get that?
Okay, yes, I've done that.
Then after that, let's now install Playwright. I will tell you why we are installing this way. Let's go on first. Now, I just pasted a command in the chat now. You see a command, the npm init playwright at latest. So that's the command to install Playwright. So click the command here, type the command in your terminal the way I've done it, and click enter. It will ask you some questions. Just you can choose JavaScript, then click enter, then click enter, then click enter, then click enter.
Hello, please though. You mean that we
Yes.
should type this npm to where?
Yes, in this terminal that is in your VS Code.
Okay.
If you type it, you will see that there are some files that are already installed, that are already available in your Playwright folder that you created. Initially, the Playwright folder was empty, but now you see that there are some files there.
Okay, so hi, Oji.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So I'm installing here. It's rendering TypeScript or JavaScript. TypeScript is the default. Are we working with TypeScript or JavaScript?
No, just come down and just type the down arrow button and say JavaScript. But
okay.
So when I press enter, it types some things in red color.
Things like what?
NMP file program file JS cannot be loaded because running script is disabled on this system.
Running script is disabled.
Yes.
Okay, you know how will happen in your own case. Go and open the. Do you know how to open the folder in your normal terminal, in your command prompts normally?
Yes, I think I know that.
Okay, try and open that folder in a normal command prompt. Then try and put that command there. Let's see. I'm assuming it's a VS Code this thing, but if not, then we'll find another solution. But try and do that first. So, is there any other question or any other challenge anybody's having?
Yeah, sorry. I went to TypeScript. I went to choose TypeScript instead of JavaScript. How do I remember that? Okay,
Don't worry.
fine.
It won't really affect.
Okay. So hi, Oji.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Install Playwright browsers. We should also click through, yes? Or are we going to be using our browsers already?
Just type enter like that.
Yeah, enter like that. All right, thank you.
So do you say we type enter all through?
No, just be clicking enter, or return if you are using more.
Enter button. All right, it's fine.
After you have done that, you should see this file here. See my screen. There are some files here: node modules, text example, git ignore, package JSON. Now, if you have those files, please signify so know that we can move on. If you don't have this,
hello. Please,
okay, Yusuf, I can see you. Yusuf, I can see you. Udo, I can see you.
I have an issue here, please.
Okay, Maggie, go ahead.
So when I entered the npm init playwright and I click on enter, I got an error message. It says a complete log of this run can be found in
where?
Can you hear? It said it can be found in my user slash app data in my local. I think in my local. So I don't really understand what that means.
In your where? What is the place? The sense that it can be found
in my local.
Can you paste the error in the chat? Let me see something, please.
Okay.
Paste that error in the chat. Okay. Is there anybody again with technical issue?
I'm still not being able to do it. Though.
What are you having?
I just pasted the error.
It's showing that cannot be loaded because running script is disabled on this system.
Okay, you too also paste your error too on the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, I just pasted the error. Audrey.
Yeah, I've seen yours, please. So you are using, if you check your, there's an error with the thing you are typing. You are typing npm init playwright latest. There's no T. Mary, there's no T in that your latest.
Oh,
please.
Thanks.
Put T, yes. Put T there and try and run it. So I'm guessing that will solve your own problem. Then Emmanuel, please.
Yeah, I'm sending it right away. I'm sending the response right away.
Paste the response on the. Is there anybody else with any issue before we move forward?
Yes. Hi,
Okay.
Audrey.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I've run mine. I had some errors, but then on the left side, right, I can see my node_modules and then package.json. So I'm wondering why I'm not seeing the other things on your own, like the test example, git ignore, and all those other ones. So should I also paste the error message I got? Or is mine okay?
Paste the error message.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see something. Paste the error message. Please, if you have been able to install it successfully, let's just give some 5 minutes to people who are having issues. It's called debugging. So let's try to debug the issue, because the more you debug, the better you are. Okay, Uju. Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
I'm with you. How is calling me?
I'm here. It's Uju that is replying. Can you hear me, Audrey?
Audrey, can you hear me?
Sorry, can anyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, thank you. So, Audrey, you called me.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Audrey, yes. Okay.
Okay, yeah, please. I experienced like a little bit network issue, but I've resolved it. So is there any other issue? Uju?
Sir?
So for your own issue, let's verify if Playwright has been installed. Mary, have you been able to? Hello, Mary.
Yes, mine is fine now. It's installing. Thanks.
Someone is calling me, please. Go ahead. Someone is calling me.
Hi, Audrey. Sorry, my Playwright is downloading, but it's installing, I meant to say. But the thing is that Node.js is still not fine. I'm still getting the node is not defined error. I don't know how you're able to solve that for someone. I think someone mentioned that they had the same issue.
Okay, so all we said was that try and quit your command prompt. Wait, are you able to install Playwright?
Yes, it's installing on VS Code.
Did you see the file to your left? All these node module test example, everything. This is not. Can you see them?
What file?
Let me share my screen again, please. Give me. Let me share my. I was sharing. Can you see my VS Code?
It's coming up.
Can you see it? These files here.
No, I didn't see this.
Okay, try and quit your command prompt at your terminal. Quit it, then reopen it again and type that node v npm v.
I'm sorry, say that again, please. I should try and what?
And relaunch your command prompt, your terminal, close it, then open it again. Did you get that?
Is this with Node.js or VS Code now? Sorry.
No, with normal command prompt first. Normal command prompt. I used to. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
The normal command prompt I used to install Node.js, that command prompt, that terminal. Close that terminal and open that terminal.
Okay.
Yeah, then run the node v there again. Then for Uju, someone said it was having issue with Playwright installation.
Yes, I've posted my response to the chat.
Please, can you repost it? Your like something cleared. My network cleared the chat, please. Uju, use this command on the chat now.
I've done that again.
Okay. I've seen
Hello.
Yeah, Uju.
Sir, which command?
npm playwright version to see if you have Playwright installed.
Okay.
Oji.
Yeah, I'm with you, Faith.
Yeah, please, before you go forward, I just want to do it. I just downloaded my code now. That's studio. What have you installed itself? That's VS Code. VS Code, yes. I just installed it, so I don't know what to press. Just on the page now.
Okay.
I'm seeing file, edit, selection, view.
No, press this terminal. Is there? I see a terminal there or a command prompt. See my screen. There's a terminal somewhere. Have you opened the file first? Wait, have you opened the file?
Which file?
We said you should create a file in your desktop.
Yes, I've created the file, but I've not opened it on that. I've not opened it on it.
Go to VS Code, click file, then do open folder. Like open the folder in your VS Code first. Open the folder.
All right.
Then for Emmanuel, please guys, let's just give 5 minutes for those having it. So Emmanuel, just type this command in your
all right, I've opened the folder.
Open the folder in VS Code. Have you opened it?
Yes, do you trust it? Yes, I do.
Yeah. Emmanuel,
I'm with you, please.
open this thing in your terminal. Open your terminal on your VS Code, though, like your normal terminal.
Okay.
I've opened this thing now. Playwright, the folder.
Now install Playwright on that particular folder.
Okay, how do I do that?
Okay, click on the terminal. You see a terminal up somewhere here, like a terminal somewhere. Can you see it?
Hold on, please. Where? Okay.
Up.
Where your cursor is, right?
Yes. You see a terminal, new terminal. Uju, are we good? Have you seen the Playwright version? And Daniel,
version 10.7. Version 10.7.0.
Okay, so it means you are good. You can try. Do you know what we do?
Okay.
Try.
All right. So what?
Huh?
Yeah. So I'm seeing a terminal where a search is Playwright search. You know, it's like a search.
Can you install Playwright inside that terminal? Click that terminal that you have opened. Type this command there. npm init Playwright look test this thing. Type it there. Alpha Emmanuel. Okay. See, have we resolved all the issues? So we can move forward, please.
I want to ask that. Should everything be on the same line?
No. That first one, that current user, paste that one first. Then that one that ends with current user, set execution policy removes / scope current user, paste that one first. Then the second one is the get execution policy list, paste that one first.
The first one I posted is I got unexpected identifier. He now quoted the remote signed.
Okay, wait, are you able to? Is Windows you are using, Abi?
It's window.
I think yours is an authorization issue.
OG.
Yeah. Try to paste that. I'm with you. Hey, Emmanuel. Try and paste that error.
I'm with you.
Try and paste that error on Google. That particular error. Paste on Google. Let's see something.
Okay.
OG.
Faith, I've pasted a command in the.
Yeah, the one that ended with latest, right?
Yes, paste that command
So
in your terminal that you opened.
Where there's search, right? Where there's a search.
No. If you open a terminal, you will see a terminal. See this terminal.
Okay.
See my screen. This down part.
Yes.
The terminal.
Okay. How did you open that?
I told you that to go up, click on terminal. Remember?
Yes.
Click on new terminal. You will see this thing. This thing will come out.
Okay. I'm just seeing that up and down. Yes, where your hand is. It's just a space now. Should I click on it?
Oh, you can't see the terminal in your own?
No, I'm not seeing a terminal. What do you mean by the terminal? Is it the grayed out part or what?
Hold on, I'm coming. Are you using a Windows?
Yes, I am.
Go up. Go up.
Haji, I think they should just share that screen and let's see what's happening, and that way you can resolve it very fast.
Okay, do you know what? Share your screen, Faith. Then
all right.
Share your screen.
Okay.
Emmanuel.
Yeah, I'm taking it to Google now.
Which command did you paste? You also have to share your own screen after Faith does that one. Then Uju.
Okay.
Please. Uju, hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes. So for your own part, try and go to that folder in your desktop. Open that folder and delete all the files there in that folder.
That's exactly what I did. I deleted. I'm trying to run it again.
Try and run it again. Let's see. Okay, so this is a Faith screen.
Okay, is it here that?
Yes. Terminal, yes. Click it. Oh yeah, new terminal. Now paste. Wait. I like to load. Now paste the npm stuff there.
Okay, here.
Yes. Paste it. Just do Ctrl+V. If you've copied it.
Yes.
Yeah, run it.
Should I press enter?
Yes. Press enter, please.
I'll press enter. Is it supposed to do anything?
Okay. Yes, it is doing something. Just press enter all through. Press enter all through.
Okay. Again?
Press enter all through.
Okay.
So you can stop sharing. Emmanuel, you can share your own screen, please. Let's resolve yours too.
Sorry.
Mine is good now, Oji.
Okay, you are good.
You.
So the only
Thank you,
problem we
Oji.
have now. Yeah, no problem. Emmanuel, please share your screen so we can resolve your own issue. Please, guys, if you have installed yours, just give us like 5 minutes. Let's debug this guy's own. You know, it's part of the software development process. Debugging. You have to debug it. Let's give it like 5 minutes. Emmanuel, please share your screen so we can debug yours and move forward. Emmanuel is not on this call. Emmanuel, oh, I think he has left the call. So if he joins back, depending when he joins back. Now, if you have installed the Playwright and you are seeing all those folders, the node modules in your desktop, then congratulations, that's step one. That's step one of the whole journey. Now, step two, come to this text folder. Come to this text folder. See my screen? Come to this text folder. Then come to this text folder. Hello?
Yes, we are with you.
Come to this folder and delete. Okay, I didn't know. Just come to this text folder and clear everything inside this text folder. This example text folder, you see example spec.js. Clear everything inside. Just clear everything inside. We want to write our own test. So instead of using the Playwright default test, we want to use our own test. So clear it. If you have cleared it, then the first thing to do, if you are writing the Playwright, is to, in Playwright, Emmanuel is back. Okay. I'm assuming he has resolved the issue. He has resolved the issue. Have you resolved the issue?
No, I've not. This is the response.
Okay. Quickly share your screen. Quickly share your screen, please.
I'm already sharing it. Can you see?
I can only see your name. I can only see your.
What's happening now?
Let me stop sharing. Can you stop sharing? Then I will stop sharing. Then you can reshare.
Okay. I'll do that now.
You stop sharing.
I've stopped sharing.
Okay, I wasn't sharing before. Why have I? Hold on. Let me. Okay, I'll stop sharing. Try and reshare.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sharing now.
Oji.
Yes.
Oji. This download of Playwright on the code, is it going to take long?
No, you already.
Does it take like? It's saying downloading Chromium 1.1 to 7. Blah blah blah. Downloading browsers, downloading Chromium.
Okay.
Which file? You mean the node module test example?
Yes.
Yes, I saw them.
Oh, just leave it. It will soon finish.
Okay.
npm init latest. It's telling you. C program npm cannot be loaded because NSK is visible. For more information. And then I'm coming. Please. 5 minutes, guys. Let's solve Emmanuel's issue, please.
Thank you.
5 minutes, guys. It's disabled on the browser. Okay, do you know what?
Yes.
Sorry, OG, I can help you.
Okay. Go ahead.
Can you hear me? This is a
Yeah, I
Windows
can hear you.
policy. It's a Windows policy issue. He needs to make some changes on his Windows policy settings, and that may take some time. Maybe I will help him look for a link he can use to do that, and I'll just send it to him. So you may just have to go ahead with the session, or else it will just keep us here.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't. I'm not. Thank you very much. I don't know that. I'm not if I'm not with Windows, so that's why I'm not. So yeah. So Emmanuel, just follow up with the. Just follow the class. I don't know that we pick up analytical data, and it can give you some things to solve it. So you can stop sharing. Thank you, Adenuga. So let's go ahead. So the first thing we want to do, because you can stop sharing, Emmanuel.
Yeah, after.
Okay. So the first thing you want to do, if you can see my screen, please. The first thing you want to do is to, remember I told you that in play, there are basically 4 requests we can make. So this class, we'll try to make all those 4 requests and see how they run on Playwright. So first of all, on Playwright, what you do first of all is to import your Playwright to your particular file. So in this file,
sorry, are you sharing your screen?
Yes, I'm sharing my screen, please.
Okay, it just came up. All right.
Okay, so in this file, I want to import Playwright, and I'm using JavaScript. So in JavaScript, basically, if you want to import something, you do constant. So you are importing it as a constant value. So if you don't know JavaScript in depth, don't worry, just follow us. All the things you need to know, you catch them here. This is not an in-depth JavaScript class. So this is the first thing to do. Constant. Just type this thing I have, or I can paste it in the command. Let me paste it in the command, this particular one. So this is the first thing to do. You can copy it, or you can type it yourself and put it. But ideally, you should type it yourself to know, to be familiar with how the command is being written. But for this class, you can just copy it for now and paste it on inside that file. So what this line of code does is that you can see that I'm seeing constant, text, expect, require, playwright, text. So what I'm basically doing is that I am importing two libraries from the Playwright framework. The first one is the test library. The second one is the expect library. Now, what does the test library do? What does the test library do? The test library is what we will use to make the actual API call. So all the, an API is an asynchronous request. Don't worry about the grammar, we'll get there soon. So what I mean asynchronous, it means that it can run, like if I have 3 requests and they are all asynchronous, they can run without waiting for each other. That's just like a basic definition. They can run without waiting for each other. So an API call is basically an asynchronous request. And why is it an asynchronous request? Because I am depending on the internet to call it. I can't call an API if there's no internet. For example, I can't log in my Facebook or my Twitter without an internet. Why? Because as I'm clicking login, as that button is rolling, that button is basically calling the login endpoint, the login API. So that login API, anything can happen. The internet can be failing, the server can be down, anything can happen in that request. So that's why if I have 3 endpoints I'm calling, they have to be asynchronous. In case one is not going, the other one can go without waiting for the rest. So now I'm calling that. That's what test does. So test calls that API for me. Calls I make a request to that particular API. Then expect. Now this expect is basically what we'll be doing. Like as a software test engineer, you are testing to see that okay, this particular thing meets this criteria. So in Playwright, the keyword expect is a keyword. So the keyword expect is for assertion. I don't want to. So assertion means that okay, I want to verify that this endpoint is returning successfully. I want to verify that this endpoint returns within 2 seconds, and verify that the length of the response is more than 0. Like so many things, but don't worry, we'll get there shortly. Just so that test is used to execute the request, expect is used to make assertions on the response. So if you've done this, that's the first thing. Then the second thing is now to make the actual API request. Now, for this class, we'll be using JSON placeholder. Does anyone know what JSON placeholder is? JSON placeholder API. So JSON placeholder API is actually a website that has fake APIs, like fake data for API. So it's an API, but it's not a real API, it's just for demo purpose. So we'll be using that API, we'll be calling that API, we'll making requests to that API. That's what we'll be using for the API. I pasted the link to that API here. So JSON placeholder. Let me. So now let's now go ahead and make our request. Now, first of all,
I'm sorry. So, what of us that have TypeScript as our default language? Can we still go ahead?
Yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. You most likely won't see any issue because TypeScript is just like another version of JavaScript, just a little bit distant. So please go ahead. So if you've typed this, the first one is now to make the actual API call. What's the call? We'll do test. You can sit down. If you look at my terminal very well, immediately I type test. You see that it's pre-populating some things for me, right? Can you see it?
Yes, we can.
So just hold on. Don't type yet. After I type, I'm done typing it. Then you can start because you have to understand what you are typing. So just follow me for now. So if I do test and I've typed this. Now in this test, just follow me. Don't type yet. In this test, you can see example test. Now this particular place is to carry the title of what I want to test. So what I want to test is that I want to make a GET request to an API, a JSON API. And what I want to get from there, I want to make a GET request and get the users. This is the title. The test always have 2 parameters. The title, which is this, and the function. Please don't type yet. Now, don't type yet. Now, because now you can see that there's a page here, right? This page is used when I'm doing web automation. That's when I see, because in websites you have pages, page 1, page 2, all those web pages. But in an API, it's not page. What you do is request. So instead of page, you have request. So this is an asynchronous function that is making a request. Don't bother yourself with the grammar. As time goes on, you get familiar with it. Now, after I type this, then what's the next thing to do? I will create a function that is called response. Is even pre-populating. I'll create a function that is called response. Now, anytime you see const in keyword is like a variable. So it means constant. Create a constant variable called response. And what should that response do? That response should do request dot get. Remember that I have a request up that is asynchronous. So that's why I can call this request that is here. Request dot what? Because I'm making a get request. Remember, this is a get request. We also do the post request. What I'm making a get request, I say request dot get. Then I now put a bracket. Then after that, I will now put an apostrophe. Then I will now put the URL of that particular endpoint I want to get, and it's called JSON placeholder. Can anybody see me up to this point?
Yes.
Now, if you can see up to this point, I want you to do something for me. Copy this particular URL that I put on the group and put it in your browser and tell me the things you can see. Put this URL in your browser. Put it in your browser. Tell me what you can see. Let me show you what you should see. If you put it in your browser,
See an array of objects.
exactly, you will see an array of objects. You will see ID, you will see name, you will see username, you will see email, right?
Yes, address, street, city, zip.
Now, if you look at this array of objects, you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
You can see the array of objects in my screen.
Yes.
Now, if you see that this array of objects looks like a user object. It looks like user detail, like your biodata, right? My ID, my name, my username. Now, that is why it is called user. That's why I call the text title user, because basically all you are getting is a user, object. So let's move forward. After I have done this, what's the first thing to do first? Before I make any assertion, right? I have to verify that this thing is working. But before I do that, I want us to see how the API is on our Postman. Then I now create a variable called users. You see, constant. I want to create a variable called users. Remember, const is creating a variable called users. I'll now do response dot JSON. You will see response dot JSON. Can you see it? Hello?
Yeah, we're following.
Yeah, just follow me. After this one, you type. After this one, you type. Now, after I've created user, now I want to see these users in my console, in my terminal, in my VS Code. So what did I do? In JavaScript, if you want to see to see your variables, what you do is console.log. You type console.log, you type users. So if I do console.log users, see what will happen now. Now, if I type console.log users, okay, do you know what? Type up to this point before I show you what next. Type up to this point.
Okay.
Yes, please. I can copy the code for you and paste it. If you want to copy the code and paste it. And if you want to type it yourself, I'm just putting it there so that it will be faster. You can paste the code so you can copy the code. But ensure that each line of code you understand it. If you have any question with any line, please let me know before we move further. So if you have any question, please let me know before we move further. Let me know, please, before we move further. Are we done? If you're having issues typing this, you can just copy and paste it to be fast.
Oji, sorry, please remind me what you said users was again. You explained the users parts.
Okay, so now these users, we have our response, right? We have our response to the request.get JSON placeholder. So these users is to convert that response to a JSON object. I don't want to go too deep into what JSON object is, probably in the next class, but just know that anytime you see those two curly brackets, those things are JSON objects. So it's basically a JavaScript notation. Hello, Uju, did you get that?
Yes, I get it.
Yeah, so users is to convert. If you are done typing it, I want to include Imo.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So
Imo.
yeah. So now I have two questions here on line
Right.
3. Line 3, where you have test, then get slash users. I noticed that there's a space between that get and slash users. If I close that space, does it have any impact? Like get and immediately I put the slash. Is there a reason why I'm putting the space?
No, it doesn't have any impact. I put the space for readability sake.
Okay, for readability sake. Okay,
yes,
good.
That place is just a title. You can put anything there.
Okay, then for this constant response that we have on line 5, so if you see here, you had already declared the variable request in the asynchronous code in line 3. So like the way I understand it, I think normally you first declare what your request is, like what you have in line 5. Your request is the HTTPS user / the URL / the user. So why did we first put the request then on line 5, on line 3 as a variable there? Then we now declared what it is in line 5. Like that side is confusing.
Okay. I get you what you are saying, but I get what you are saying. Now, this request is two things here.
Okay.
This is two things. Number one, we are passing it as a parameter to our test library. Like this request, number one, is a JavaScript library as well.
Oh, okay.
The same way page, the JavaScript library. So I can do request.anything. So I'm passing it in this asynchronous function. So I can set it here. So well, basically, it's a JavaScript library. I'll show you something soon. Yeah.
All right, so it's clear. It's clear. It's clear now. Since it's a library, you are now declaring the value of that parameter there. Okay, it's clear for line 5. I needed to understand that. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Is there anything else?
No.
Okay,
sorry, please, the response of JSON, I'm getting a red line there. Not sure what's causing. Say property JSON does not exist on type. Promise API response.
Can you copy this code and paste? Or do one? I'll share your screen quickly. You're getting a get there. Let me see. Quickly share your screen. Is it possible to share your screen? Like in 2 minutes. Yes. Quickly share your screen. Ensure that you are typing everything I'm typing because that's most likely where you get it.
Can you see it?
Response request JSON. I like the screen, please. Put.
Okay. You want to highlight everything? What do you want to?
No. I like that one only. Property JSON doesn't exist on type. Promise. Did you forget our wait? Oh, are you the one using TypeScript?
No, not using TypeScript.
The JavaScript you are using?
Yes.
Okay. I was going there. Now, since we are there now, hold on to that screen. Now, if you are making an asynchronous request, there should be a wait there as well. I was going there, but since you have brought us here, Let's do it. No, immediately I do that const response equal to, right? After that equal to, type await there. Await then put space. Go on, right?
Yes.
Good. Put await after that JSON too. After that users, const users equals to. No. After that equal to. Everybody, please put await here. This await, because it's an asynchronous request, you have to await the response. That await is basically telling you that, okay, anything can happen while you are calling an endpoint from an internet. So you have to wait. Await means I'm awaiting you, you know. If you are a Christian, Christians await the coming of the Lord Jesus. You understand? I'm awaiting the coming of something. So I have to await for, I have to wait for it, right? So that's what that await does. So anytime you see async, there will always be await there. So I'm waiting for somebody. The same way I'm waiting for Emmanuel to solve his Windows issue. Do you get? So you can stop sharing. No, please, everybody, before she starts sharing, put await in your
I'm
display.
sorry, I didn't see anything on the screen. I'm not sure where you want us to put await.
Okay. I will share my own screen now.
Okay, thank you.
Let me share my own screen. So put await here. I see await here. So there's an await. The first one is in line 5. In my line 5, you see await. Then in line 7 too, you see await. It's highlighted. Can you see it?
No, actually.
You can't see. Can anybody see my screen aside Anita?
Your screen is still coming up.
Eh?
We can see your screen. We can see it.
Okay. Anita, are we?
No, I can't see your screen.
You can't see my screen, okay? Okay, do you know what? Let me copy the code and put it in the chat. So see the code in the chat with the await there. Just copy the code there. There's await there. Are we good? Are we good? Okay, so since we are good.
We are good.
Thank you for that response. So since we are good, let's move forward, please. Now, after I've done this, let's now try to run our code. Now, we've not really done any QA stuff like that, really. We've not really begin to, like, we've not started the testing to see, okay, you know, QA is basically about, okay, does this thing meet quality? Does it work? Is there any response? We've not really done that part, right? But the point where we are going to the point where we can now proceed to do that part. In Yoruba, they will say that miti siende, ibiti eroti ni ba emo. You know, if you understand Yoruba, it means in English, it means that we've gotten to a point where we need not be afraid again. Like I've seen off to a point where we need not be afraid again. Now, at this point, we need not be afraid. Let's now try and run our test. Now, how do we run this test? Ensure you click save. But ideally, VS Code does auto save. But to be honest, I just press Command S or Control S. Command S on MacBook, Control S on Windows. Then after that, look at what I'm doing on my screen. If you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Now on my screen, I want to run this code on my screen to see what we return. So on my screen, on my terminal, see my terminal, I type npx. I will explain everything. Npx. Just look at me first. npx playwright. npm playwright test. Now, this npm playwright text is the command to execute your test in Playwright. This is standard command. npm playwright test. Why test? Because Everything we are
Sorry, is it
getting.
NPM or NPX?
NPX. I'll please on the command NPX, please. NPX. So you type NPX Playwright test and you click enter. You will see something there. Let me type the command on the group chat. Let me post it on the group. Now, if you can see my terminal, you that I am getting some response. You can see the response, right? On my terminal. You can see ID, name, username, right?
Yes. Yes.
Now, this is the same response you will get if you run this this endpoint on Postman. Am I correct?
Correct.
Yes. Now, that NPX, I'll put the command on the chat. You can type it on the terminal. You can just copy and paste it there on the terminal. Ensure you are taking note of these things so that because after now, we'll have an assignment and everything we have taught will be very, very handy. I will not reply if you come to Slack and you're asking me a question I have taught in the class, I will not reply you. But the question that okay, I have not really taught it very well in the class, I will reply you. So take notes. If you come to me on Slack and ask me a question, I'll first ask me, did you take notes before I proceed? So please take notes. Take note of some commands. For example, this npx playwright test, you can just note it down somewhere because at times you might forget. Or if you forget, you can go to Google and type, how do I run a playwright test in my terminal? Depending. Now, have we all gotten this response in our terminal?
No, I have a question, Audrey. Sorry.
Go ahead, Annie.
In my terminal, I can see downloading Chromium 1.127.0. Should I clear terminal or open a new terminal? Because it seems like it's still downloading Chromium.
This is downloading. Wait.
From what I see, my terminal is still showing downloading Chromium 127.0.
Okay. Do you have enough data first of all? Let me ask.
I have Wi-Fi, but it seems like my Wi-Fi is slow, so I think that's why it's still downloading. It's showing 16%.
16%.
Yes, that's what I see.
Chromium. You know what? Press before you press Command C. Press here. Open another terminal. From here, you will see new terminal. See my screen. Do you have it on your own VS Code too?
Do I have which? Sorry.
See my screen and see my cursor. See my cursor. Trace my cursor.
Your screen is not moving.
It's not moving, okay?
Yeah. But I can open new terminal from the top where I have new terminals, play terminal.
Yes, open new terminal. Open new terminal.
Okay.
Has it opened?
Yes, I have a clear terminal now.
Now, because we don't want to interrupt the previous process. So I'll start this command and paste it.
Okay, thank you.
Emmanuel, you are saying that I need the prompt. No, the prompt starts. Emmanuel, please unmute yourself. I can't really get your question. The prompt is NPX, not NPM. NPX. If that's what you're asking. So one
the prompt that will input at the terminal that will download the what's it again?
Playwright.
Playwright, yes.
Yes. NPA let me copy and paste it for you again.
Okay.
Let me put it on the chat for you. Right?
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Let me put this. Hopefully you can catch up as well. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it now. Thank you.
Yeah. Just install it and let's see how far. If you have any question, just ask so that you can catch up.
Yeah, sorry.
Are we good? Okay, Faith.
The NPX playwright test, I'm getting errors. It seems like it's running. I don't know if I can share my screen because I can't really explain what is happening right now.
Share your screen.
Yeah, so I noticed I was getting errors too. I
You're getting errors
opened
too.
another terminal like you showed, and I fine now.
Sorry, after inputting that prompt, it says needs to install the following packages.
Install them first. Install them. Let's see. Okay, now one by one. Kennedy, Peter, I'm coming to you. Kennedy, what do you say you have? You are saying something, please.
Yeah, I said when I ran it initially, can you hear me?
I can hear you, please.
Yes, I was getting some errors with a test report showing up. So I
Yeah,
had
that's
to
like
like
the same thing.
open a new like a new terminal, terminal, then I tried running again and it's fine now. Everything is returning the same users now.
Okay. Thank you very much, Kennedy.
But I noticed something though.
What?
When the test was failing, it printed an a report for me. But now that it's passing, I'm not seeing
Back.
Okay. Once you get to the reporting part. Emmanuel, hold on. Emmanuel, hold on. Please, hold on.
Okay, please.
We'll start
Ask me to pick either TypeScript or JavaScript.
JavaScript. Faith. Hello, Faith.
Yeah, I'm here.
So you are experiencing an error, right?
In my office.
Emmanuel, please mute. Faith, Albert is not sharing screen.
Yes.
Sorry, Faith, Albert. Emmanuel, please mute first. The error is executable doesn't exist at update Firefox. Look like Playwright was just installed updated. Please run the following command to download new browser. Okay. Are you the one? Do you have Chrome installed?
Yes. On
Go
this.
up. Let me see the command that you are running. npm Playwright API tutorial. I think that exist at executable. Looks like Playwright test or player was just installed updated. Please run the following command to download new browsers. Okay, try and run this command first.
Which one? This MPX player is
That one that is the nps Playwright install. Yes. Is there anybody with any other issue?
Yes.
So Rashida, go ahead.
I'm getting error 2 here, but
I can't hear you, Rashida.
it's saying test timeout exited.
Okay, do you know what? Faith, I think yours is downloading some things. So let it finish downloading. Then we'll come back. Let's finish downloading. Do you get? Rashida, please share your screen. Let me see.
Okay. Okay, so this is the first error that I was getting. It wasn't an error per se, but it's saying npx playwright show reports. I didn't get like an array of objects like you did. So I opened another terminal.
I can't see your. Did you please? Can you maximize the screen? Can you maximize the screen? You are minimizing it. Yeah, just maximize this for now.
Can you see it?
It's still one-sided.
Okay.
Okay, hold on now. I'll see. Can you copy the error and paste it in the chat?
Okay.
Copy the error, please.
Okay.
Is there anybody with any issue? Emmanuel, are we good? Faith, are you done downloading it? Obindele, Sadiq.
No,
Please
it's
go ahead.
totally done.
I guess I'm having same issue with Rashida. Mine is that my test is passing actually, but the area of response that I'm getting is not showing what I'm supposed to be getting. So it's just showing symbol, async ID symbol 501, 500. It's not showing the list of.
Rashida, this is not the code I said you want. Wait, copy your code and paste it here. Rashida, no, copy your. Yeah, I get you. Odi, please. I'm coming to you.
Exactly,
I did the question. Please copy your code and paste it because I'm seeing
Rashida, you
some.
haven't pasted. I think Rashida has not pasted all this. The other part is
Yes.
cut off.
Yes. Please.
Okay.
Please paste the code itself, the code.
Yes, I'm about to do that.
Have you pasted it?
Yes, I've done that.
Try and save that code and run it again. Save that code. I'm not sure you saved this initially. Try and save it. Do Command S. That's a MacBook now. So do Command X.
Yeah. Okay.
Do Command X. Yes.
Okay, I've done that.
Now go back to your terminal and run this code again.
Okay.
This is TypeScript now.
Yes.
Okay. Go to your terminal and run it again.
Playwright. Okay. Playwright test.
Wait, are we good?
Okay. It's passing now. I'm good.
Thank you. So you can, you can share. Sadiq, please, you were saying something. Can you recap?
Don't worry, I've done it.
Thank you. How was the issue? How did you do? Did you save too?
No, I saved it. It was one bracket that was causing issue. So it was not showing the real response.
Okay, thank you. Emmanuel and Faith. Okay. Anybody with any other?
I think it's fine now. But
yeah, my own has gotten to 77%.
Okay. While it gets to 100. Okay, Faith, you are fine. I'll be Emmanuel 77%. Okay,
Mine has gotten to 77%. And on the left hand side. Yes.
Okay. That's some progress. Thank you
on
for
the left hand side. It's showing notes, module, test example, git ignore, and some package stuff like that.
Leave it. Let it finish.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, we are making progress. Is there any question? Okay, I assume no question. Now, I expect that everybody should be seeing. Should you be seeing the response?
Sorry, sorry that I'm checking it back. So it's not returning the response on my terminal. It's showing that I should view the reports. But then on viewing the reports, I don't think it's the same thing that we're doing here that I'm saying.
Yeah, viewing report there. You shouldn't be.
It's trying to open reports and run this. So I run that, but the report I'm seeing.
Yeah, share your screen. Next up, share your screen. I think there's something about that installation. Please share your screen.
Okay.
I'll stop sharing for you, please. Please share your screen.
So 100% now. What should I do?
100%, Abby?
Yes.
Now, while Faith share her screen, go to the test. You see a test folder there. Test folder.
Yes, I've seen it.
You will see example.spec.js.
Spec. Yes.
Now, open that file and remove everything inside that file. Oh, Faith. There's something wrong with that code. I know where the error is. This is same error that Rashida was having. She was running the web automation. Go back to your code, please. Go back to your code and save that. Go back to your code. Let me see something. Emmanuel.
So everything in that particular, as you clear them.
Yes, clear them and replace them with this one I sent on the chat now. I sent one code on the chat. Clear them and replace it with it. Faith.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just hold on. Press save. Press save. Is this Mac or Windows? Press okay. Press
Windows.
Control X. Okay, press Control X.
Yeah, I've done that.
Try and run it again. It shouldn't bring that issue now. Yeah. Run.
Okay, the code that starts with const, Abby.
Okay, it's fine now.
Faith, we are good, Abby.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, Emmanuel. The code that starts with const. We are good, right, Faith?
Yes. Thank you.
Good.
All right.
Good.
I've entered this.
Yeah, save and run it. You are the last person now. You're waiting for please. Save and type. After you save it,
yes.
Type this command in the chat. There's one command I'm pasting now to run your code. You see MPS Playwright text. Paste it there and run it. Let's see what you get. So guys, you can see that is the one of the take home for this class.
You mean as you paste it terminal or in the workpiece?
No. VS Code terminal.
Okay.
Now, the take home is that you observe that as you are writing the code and try to run it, errors come up, things come up.
Yes,
right?
I know.
Yes, and we are trying to debug it. So this debugging is part of every software development process. There will always be error, and that's why the class is 4 hours, because technical issues will happen no matter how much we do it. And we are like 30 something. So imagine there will always be issues. So let's get used to errors. Errors is your friend. When you see error, we'll debug it together, we'll solve it together, and that's how we go together. Emmanuel, have you seen the response in your terminal? Can you see ID, name, username, email?
I noticed that there are many packages here that is installing.
Oh, yeah, share your
the
screen.
Chromium, the FFmpeg, the Firefox, the.
Are you not done with the installation?
Initial one I talk about was the one of the Chromium that was 100%. Later on, some other one now started their own.
Okay, open another terminal. Just do new
Let me show
terminal.
so that you see it.
Okay, share your screen. So before I think that's just the last issue. Don't worry, guys. After this particular issue, we'll just be flowing because this is the beginning is always the hardest part. After this part now, everything else will be very, very, very easy. Very, very easy and sweet. This is the hardest part. Oh yeah, Emmanuel.
Yeah. Can you see my screen now?
You just show your fine face, so I can't say anything. Only your fine face.
Fine face. Okay.
I can't say anything else. Okay, good. I think I can see it now. It's showing
the last one now. Downloading WebKit just reached 100%.
Okay, do you know what?
Yes.
Click new terminal. Click this place. That terminal. No, this part. Yes, click there. Click there.
At the top, Abby?
Yeah, at the top.
Okay.
Click it first. New terminal.
Okay.
Oh yeah, put that command there again. That npm playwright text, npx playwright text.
Okay. My system is hanging.
Hello guys, please. Let's just give Emmanuel 2 minutes.
Okay.
We are on it. Click enter.
I've clicked entered.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
It's gone in, Abi. I
Yes,
can
running.
see
Yes,
it is
using
using to work out. Chromium.js. Good. Now, yeah. So we have scroll up. So we are good now. You can stop sharing your screen.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So we are on the same page now. Oh,
All
guys,
right.
let's proceed to the sweet parts. Now that we've solved all the technical issues, let's proceed. Now, the reason why I said you should log this particular response is so that we can see how the objects look like, how the response look like. Now, everything you are seeing in your terminal is the response. That URL is the endpoint. Let's now proceed to the actual testing. Now, the first thing you want to test, you know that if you are testing an API, you must know the response code for API. You know, we have 200, we have 400, and we have which one again? Who can tell me the last one? We have 200.
100.
Two, one.
We have
500.
500.
Exactly. We have 500. So,
four.
yes. Now, who can tell me what 200 is? 200 and something, 200. What basically
Successful.
successful? Yes, good. What about 400? 400, anything 400, what does it mean? Anything either 402,
Bad
402.
response.
Eh?
Bad request.
Okay, so
Bad request 400.
good, bad request. What about
Outbound 404.
404 not found? What about 500?
Right.
Server error.
Server error.
Exactly. Thank you. Now, I want to ask a very critical question. Anybody that answer this question, I don't know what I'll give the person, but I'll try to give the person something. Now, if I run an API and I have a 400, wait, don't answer yet until I tell you to answer. If I run an API and I have an error, and the error, if the error is a 400 error, is it my issue? Like, is it from my end, or it is from the end of the, let's say, the DevOps or the backend guy? Okay, so
It is
you
from
can
your end.
It's from your end. It's a bad
From your end.
So it's most likely maybe a syntax or something error, but it's from your end. It's a bad request.
Okay. So if I have a 500 error, is it my end
It's
or
from
the
the
DevOps?
server. No,
No.
from the server. It should be down.
Okay, thank
Maybe
you.
they
So
are
I think,
deploying.
so I think Adareki and Uju, you answered the question. Okay, I have you guys in mind. So to
And
recap,
And the more.
yes. So, so to recap, 200 means that everything is fine. Although you can have variations, 201, 2 or something, but 200, everything is fine. 400 is basically from your end, either by
Oji.
I think maybe he has a network issue.
Hello. Wow. Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you. I think maybe Yogi has a network issue.
Oh, I can see he just left. Wow, interesting. All right. So when I made the first announcement, most of us were not here. So I said we have some courses at Testify Academy that you can go for API testing. We have API testing as a course that you can take for for 2 months, that's 8 weeks. We have web testing you can take for 2 months, that's 8 weeks, and we also have test. Go for our switch months, then go to because you learn a different of skill for
Is it only me or is the line breaking for everyone
program.
else?
Her voice is breaking. All of
Yeah,
us.
she's breaking. She's breaking.
Wow. Can
Please,
you all hear
madam,
me
don't
now?
break again.
Yeah, start now. Yeah, hearing you.
Yeah, start now. All right. So I was saying that we have series of courses that you can take for those who want to start a career in software testing. We have a course for you, 3 months, and with the course, after taking the course, you can get a job as a software tester. We've had testimonials of people who got a job even while on the course, and that's a 3 months course. Then for test automation, we have a 5 months course, which is this test automation simplified. You can take the course. We have in the course we have web testing, web automation, web test automation. We have mobile testing. We have API testing at just for 5 months. But if you think the 5 months is too long for you and you would like to take it in bits, then we also have a course. We have a course for you like that where you can just take, maybe you want to take mobile testing, you take it for 2 months. We have API testing, you take it for 2 months. Then we have web testing, you can take it for 2 months. Then we also have a course with Cypress, web automation testing with Cypress and JavaScript. You can also take that one for 6 weeks. So these are the array of courses we have lined up for you. So if you have any question or you want to enroll for any of these courses, you can just reach out to me on Slack, or you can send a message to us via our email at academy@testifyltd.com. You can send a message to me on Slack. Then the last cohort for the year will be starting up 2nd of September. But if you want to take all those courses for the API 2 months course, the crash courses, you can just register anytime. So you can just reach out to me and send in your message, and I'll always be around to respond. I don't know. Let me reach out to Orji to know maybe it's his network or something. Let me try to reach out to him. Just stay put.
Baba, Elasa. Bande. Akumura.
Hello, can I ask a question about the API testing, please? Is anyone there?
Please go on.
All right.
Yes, so how intensive is the API testing? Is it just manual with Postman, or is it automation as well for the API stuff?
Yes, it's automation. API test automation is quite intensive. You'll be learning it with a programming language, which is JavaScript. So it's for 2 months and it's very intensive. I don't know if is Kende on the call. Kende, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you can speak. Okay, he can tell you how intensive it is.
Okay, you also said something just fine. Is it only for JavaScript that you're doing it? Because I kind of know a bit of Java, so I don't know if I to go anything else before we jump.
All right.
Please, if you can speak up a little, I'm struggling with my network. If you can, I can't really hear you.
Yeah, do you only cover JavaScript, the API testing, or do you do other programming languages as well?
Okay, let me answer that. Okay. How am I hearing myself? Can you mute yourself, please? All right. So for the API test automation, it's basically with JavaScript for API testing. And we take you through the manual and the automation and even down to integrating with the pipeline. And now you can also monitor your test, as you go. So for API testing, it's basically JavaScript. Though, like Adaobi said, there is which entails Java, and that's for web automation. I don't know if I've been able to answer your question.
Yes. Sure. Thank you very much.
Please, I have a quick question.
Okay.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. I don't know if there is like a link that we can use to connect her on Slack or something, so we can get to know more about the training, about the course. Yeah.
Okay, I want to take it as some of us are not on Slack here. I'll just try to get the link for us to join Slack so we can speak to Ada a bit better on Slack. Or Ada, if you have the link to join Slack, you can just put it here. Thank you. So I've pasted the link to Tesla's Quota website. So if you go to the website, you see the join community. You can join Slack from there. Is that fine, though? Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
So this is for everybody too. If you are not on our Slack, you can just join our Slack channel. There are a lot of things you can benefit from it, and just like a section like this, we have webinars and workshops like this from time to time. So if we are on Slack, we get first-hand information about
Hello,
all
guys.
of these. Things. Okay, welcome back, Oji. So this is for everybody too. If you are not on our Slack, you can just join our Slack channel. There are a lot of things you can benefit from it, and just like a section like this, we have webinars and workshops like this from time to time. So if we are on Slack, we get first-hand information about all of these things. Okay, welcome back, Oji.
Yeah, I'm very sorry. I don't know. The network just went off. Apologies, please. I had to change to another network to be able to connect. Apologies, guys. So can we go forward further, please?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for keeping forth, Candy and the rest. That's yeah. Let me share this guy. So I was saying that we've done the hard parts, which is getting all the responses, right? Now, the other part is now to do the actual testing. Now, let's validate that, okay, this API is actually doing what it ought to do. Now, the first thing we'll do is that, first thing when you are automating testing the API, is to check if the API is returning a success response. Like, is the API going? And as we all know that success is code 200, right? Now, to do that in Playwright, you can comment out your console.log. So to comment out is in Mac. I'll explain what commenting means. Now in Mac, just do command /. You can see that if I do command / now, that console.log will become inactive. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes. So just put 2 / there to make it active. The reason why we are doing that is that we don't want to be seeing all these all these responses, ID name in our terminal anytime we want to run the code. We just log it to see that, okay, let's see how the response looks like. Now that we have done that, instead of deleting the line of code, we just comment it out. So commenting means that this code will be there, but it will not run with the other code. Now, the first thing we want to do is that we want to see, you can also comment out the user's part. Please, you can also comment out the user's part. For now, it's not needed. Now, what we want to do is that we want to see if this API is returning a success response. And if you can see my screen, there's already something that is coming up, a suggestion. That's what we use that expect for. Remember that we imported two things. If you check line 1, you see test and expect. We've used the test, like I said, to execute the endpoint. The expect is to make assertions. Now, to expect, I want to expect, this is like plain English. I want to expect what? You see, don't type yet. I'll tell you when to type. I want to expect that what? That the response I'm getting, remember that all these things are response, all these things in my terminal, this ID, everything, they are responses. So I want to expect that the response I'm getting, every response has payload. So expect that the response dot status is status code. So expect that the response dot status is what? Is 200. And to do that in Playwright, you use the keyword to be 200. I'll explain what this line means. This line means that, we mentioned 200, 400, 500. Those codes are called status code, right? And we said that 200 means it's fine, it's successful. 400 means bad request, client error. 500 means server error. So we want to see, is this API returning a success response? And success is 200. So it means that we are expecting that the status code is 200. Do you all get that?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, after we have done this part, don't type yet. Don't type yet, please. I'll tell you when to type. Let me clear my terminal now and run this code. To clear terminal, just type the word in your terminal, just type clear. If you clear your terminal. Now, let me run this code again. I can run this code by type, you can see, if I press arrow button, it will bring it. If I type this code, it will bring out something. Can you see something? You can see 3 paths, right?
Yes.
Please, the reason why it is 3, ideally, it ought to be 1 path because I'm running just one code. But the reason why it's 3 is because inside your text example, there are some other text there that are running alongside it. Don't worry, we will deal with that later. Okay, do you know what? Let's just deal with it. Delete that text example. That text example. Delete that folder. See, this folder, text example, try and delete it. Try and do it on your own part, please. Why is this here? Try and delete that text example from your end. Okay, I think it's only in 3 browsers. Hello, guys.
It's still saying 3 first.
Yeah. I think it's running in 3 browsers. Don't worry, it's running in 3 browsers. But just note that it is passing. I don't want that to delay us. It should be 1, but it's running 3 browsers in the background. Firefox, Chrome, and then I think one other one. But just ignore it for now. We'll do that. Hello?
No, I'm talking about the 3 browsers. Is the Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit. So it's running the 3.
Yes, so this is Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit. So it's 3 browsers is running. If you can see my screen, you will see that you see the 3 there. Can you see it? So now let's move forward. That 3 is the browser. Now let's move forward. What I just did is that I just asserted that endpoint is returning a status code of 200. Now, if I want this test to fail, I will change this code to 400. Now, see something that will happen. If I change this code to 400, sorry, give me a minute. If I change this code to 400, let me clear this thing. You will see that something is failing. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, can see it.
Yes. Just as listen attentively, you run it too. If you see my console, he's saying that if you look down, you see, he's telling you that expected 400, received 200. Do you see that? So this means that remember that in my code, I'm saying expect status code 400. So it is expecting that the API will return the 400 error code. But what the API actually is returning is 200. So it's saying that I am expecting 400, but what this guy is giving me is 200. So there's a mismatch between the two. That is why it's failing. Do you get that?
Yes.
Now, let me now give you a case study where this will be useful, because ideally you might not see the usefulness in isolation. Let me give you a case study. You know that this particular thing now is just one test case, right? You know, it's just a single test case we just executed. Now, and ideally, a feature can have as many as 25, if it's like 50 test cases. Now, instead of testing all those things one by one, I can write a code to test each of the 50 test cases. So such that if I want to do a regression test, somebody asks, I think is who asked about regression? I think is, let me see. I think is I've forgotten the Kehinde. I'm guessing Kehinde asked about regression. Now, if I have 50 test cases and I write the code for all the 50 test cases, I'll just come here and do npx playwright text and run it. So instead of checking each of those test cases one by one, the code will just tell me the one that passed, the one that failed, the one that passed, the one that failed. So I can just go back to the particular one that failed and see what's making it fail. So instead of doing your regression over and over again, starting from beginning, which is time consuming and is boring, you agree with me, it's boring. Instead of doing that, you can just automate that process and just see what the issue is and fix the issue. Now that we have I'm done explaining this, is there any question before you write the code yourself? Is there any question? Does anyone have any question? If you have a question, you can unmute and ask, or you can raise your hand. Anyone. If you have a question, just unmute yourself and ask the question. Okay, if there's silence, I assume there's no question. It means that you get everything I'm saying. Now, try and write this code yourself. First of all, put 200, run it, see what the error is, then put 400 and run it. If you are able to run the two, just signify that you are able to run it and you are getting the code you ought to get before we move on to the next one. If you're able to run it, please signify.
So we're using the same command to run npx playwright.
Yes, npx playwright text. For now, use the same command. Okay, Uju, go ahead with the question, please.
To run between both 200 and 400.
Yes, 200 first. 400 first. You can even try and 500. Eh?
Please, can you paste the code in the chat?
Okay, done. What is it? So who is talking? You can raise your hand so I can. Who is talking?
Anita, sorry, I was asking if you can paste the code in the chat. I went off the meeting for a bit.
Okay, yeah, of course. Let me. Which code should I paste? Okay, let me paste the two. Let me paste the command to run it, and let me paste that expert. I've pasted the expert code too. So yes. So the first one is the command to run the test. The second one is the one in your. Hello, can you guys hear me? Okay. Yeah, at this one, yeah.
Yes, we can.
I can see you've won it. Israel, good, we are good. So please, if you are good, just give like a thumbs up on the chat. Rashidat, good. Faith Abad, good. If you are good, Uju, good. Sadiq, good. Imo, good. Is there anybody see the event? Good. Is anybody experiencing any issue? Emmanuel, are we good too?
So I'm with you.
You are good, Abi. Imo, good. Nice one. Okay.
Yes, but I think that this class is recorded, Abi.
Yes. Okay,
all right. Thank
recorded.
you.
So thank you very much. Since we have gotten to this point, let's proceed to the next test. Now, the first one is to test if the response is successful. That's one. Then the second one, it's possible that the response is successful and is returning an empty array. Now, it's possible that the response is successful, but it's returning an empty array for me. So how do I check that it's not empty? When I mean empty array, let me explain what I mean. Uncomment that part. Let me uncomment this user part. If I uncomment this user part and I run the test again, it will show me all the list of users. Let me log this thing again. It will show me all the list of users, right? You can see it in my terminal. Now, I want to verify because at times they can clear the database. The DevOps guy or the backend guy can clear database, and you are testing. Let's say you are testing an endpoint to get all the products, or if you are in fintech, you are testing an endpoint to get all the let's say transaction history, or to get all the users, or to get anything at all. Okay, Anita, please go ahead.
Sorry, I'm not good. I'm getting an error when I try to check the response code is 200.
Which are you getting?
Hello? It says 3 failed. Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit.
3 failed?
Yes, please.
Did you put 200?
Yes, I did. I just typed out what you sent.
Yeah, share your screen quickly. 5 seconds. Just look at it. 5 seconds. Quickly share it.
Okay, let me let you continue and join with the system that I'm running the code on. I'll let you know once I join.
No problem. So just listen with one ear as you join. Now, let's verify. Now I'm having so many. I have ID 1, ID 2, ID 3, up to ID 10 or so. Now, I want to verify if these users, if that array is not empty. How do I do that? First of all, I created a variable called users. You can comment back your log. I created a variable called users, and I awaited the response and passed it to a JSON object. Then you remember that to assert something, to verify in Playwright, use the keyword expect. So what I want to do, I want to expect that my users dot length dot, remember that in Playwright this is what to be what? I have so many to be, so here I want to use to be greater than 0, to be greater than what? Greater than 0. That's one. Now, if I run this particular test, you can try and type this and run it in your end. Type it and run it. I'm expecting that it will pass. You will see 3 passed. 3 passed. After this, I want to show you guys something. Who has been able to run it and see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it passed.
I see what I'm saying now. Okay. If you are able to run it and see what I'm saying, okay, Sadiq, good, thank you. If you have been able to run it and you have seen that that part, you can give a thumbs up if you've been able to run it. Okay.
I can see my screen now.
Okay, Israel, thank you. Yeah, Faith, I can see your is it Faith?
Hello?
Yes, Anita, I can see your screen. Israel, thank you. Yeah, Anita. Okay, I can see your screen. What is it showing? It's showing.
Okay, so this is what I'm.
Go up, go up, go up, go up. Face, nice one. Go up, Anita. In your terminal, go up in your terminal. Jason, please another font. Do you know what? Clear the terminal. Type clear. Not font.
I can't even type anything.
Okay, do Control C, Control C. Control C from there. Just do Control C. You need to type.
Nothing is happening. Okay. Terminate, right?
Control C. Then type clear. Type clear. No, type clear. Type clear. Yes, terminate. Y. Type Y. Type Y. Oh yeah. Type clear. Right clear. And delete. Oh yeah. Write that again. That's not Playwright too. There is Y, there is W. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Enter. Congratulations.
Okay, so now.
Okay, good. So you can good. So is there anybody with any technical issue again? No technical issue. Now, good. You can see that number one, we have verified that the code, the API is returning a success response. That's one. Then number two, we have also verified that API is greater than 0. Now, there is something else I want us to do. Let's see. At times, you want to verify if this response, if the object I have here is equal to 10, like is it greater than 0? Yes, but is it more than 10 or is it equal to 10? Remember that if you run that API test again, all the users there are just 10 users. So they are just 10 users. So if you check it, the ID ends at 10. If you can see my terminal, the ID ends at 10. So how do we verify that truly this guy is 10? Is not more than 10. So what do? We do API users dot length to be. So we've used the word to be 200 to be greater than. You can also use the word to be equal to. So you can use the word expect length users dot length sorry to equal. Yeah. Hello guys. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, following. Can hear you, Ochi.
Yeah, please. You can just go ahead as I'm going ahead. These are just the basic tests we want to do. Now, let's move to more advanced tests. Remember, we are still doing the we are still doing the get request. So for the get request, I want us to understand the get request very, very well before we move to the other requests. Any question?
After we write the expect user length to code 10, do we run the code?
Yes, yes, please. After everything you are expecting, always run the code.
Audrey, can you please help us discuss in the comment channel, please?
What do you say?
Can you help copy and paste this code in the comment channel? I don't know why my own is underlining red, so I just want to check.
Okay, yeah.
No, not all, from expect.
Okay.
Thanks.
I've done that, please. Any questions from anybody? Any question from anybody?
None from end.
So, if there are no questions, let's move further. So, there's something we want to do. At times, you will want to verify that for example, if you are working on a fintech app and it tell you that as somebody has just registered, let's say the DevOps guy just calls you and say, oh, there's somebody that just registered, but we can't find the wallet, or we are not able to create a wallet for this guy, and they are saying that, oh, it's possible that the guy creates the account, but we can't find the name or we can't find the account number, and they come and meet you on a Monday morning as the engineer. Oh, can you help us verify if can you help us check if this person exists in our database? We are moving up gradually. We have done the basic test. If you're followed up to this basic test, you shouldn't have problem with the one we're about to do. Just for you to know, on a Monday morning, they come to you that, oh, a user created an account and is trying to fund the account, but is getting account number not found. And they come and meet you and, okay, help us check if this account number is this particular account number exists in the record of all the account database. No, the bank, they have users database, account database, they have all those ones, they exist there. Now, how do you do that? Instead of using Postman, ideally, if it's a manual process, you open your Postman, you paste the endpoints there, it returns. Let's say there are 1 million users. Like in First Bank, I think First Bank has no, I think UBA, UBA, yeah, UBA has about, you got 5 million customers. I can't remember, and they give you 5 million this thing to record. You can't be searching them in Postman, and you can say you want to use the search feature in Postman to search them, but it's not ideal. So as an automation engineer, what should you do? You come to your Playwright, you write a simple code to see, okay, now, I said account number, but for this example, we just use name, because of course, the data we are using doesn't have account number. It has only name, username, email, and all that. So you can just use name or email. So what should you do? You come to your Playwright, write a simple code, then verify if that particular name exists. If it exists, it gives you a 200 response. If not, it gives you an error. How do I do that in Playwright? Very, very simple. I'll share my screen. Now, if I share my screen, let me share my screen. Let me share my VS Code. So the first thing to do, remember that if you can see my VS Code, please simplify. Let me clear my terminal. Now, what do I do? First of all, I want to check if a name exists in the database. Remember his account number, but now just use his name. What do I do? Remember, I create a variable. I can say variable. I can give it a name. I can give it check name. The name of your variable need to make sense. Yes. Okwe Daddy Betty, you can get the recording after the session. Now, how do I check this name? How do I check name? I do constant check name equal to. Then I do, remember that I have already stored all my response in a variable called users, right? So I now do users dot, follow me please. Follow me please. I'll explain each of the line of code. I do users dot sum. I'll do sum. I'll explain what each line means. Users dot sum. Then what will I do again? I'll do users, put the arrow. I'll explain each line of code. The user will check if user.name dot includes what? Don't worry about the line of code. I'll explain them. Also, I'm using my name. Also, again. If you don't like my name, apologies, but I'm using my name. So you can use your name too. Now, after I've done this, don't worry, you write the line of code and I'll explain it. After I've done this, I'll now do what? I'll now do expect. Remember, the expect is the actual testing you are doing. Expect that what? Check name is what? Expect. Remember, in Playwright, use what to be most of the time. To be what? To be true. Now, what this does, I'll explain this. What this does is that I created a variable called check name, right? Equal to users.sum. Remember, the users is our response. Now, what is sum? Now, the sum method is basically used to check if any of the user objects in the array have the name ASO or G that I want to include. So the sum is to, okay, let me check all these agree. If any of them have a name that is called assertions, if they have the name, assign it to be check name. If they don't, so it's either a true or false. So the sum is actually an if statement. Check if they have the name, assertions. If it's true, assign it to checkmate. If it's false, assign it to checkmate. Now I want to verify that does my endpoint have the name assertions. Don't worry, you will soon type. Don't type yet. Now, if I run this code, ideally I want this to fail because you can see that it's failing, right? Can you see it's failing?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
it's failing because in that array that we are calling, mommy, more popular, more me. So my name is not there. You can see Abby. They say but one day hopefully our name will be there. So Imo is laughing. Babatunde, so yeah, you can put your name. Let's see if your name is there. Now you can see that my name is not there. Now try this particular code, put your name and put the expert. Let's see up to this point before we move forward. It should not pass. So if it passed, then you have done something. Then we need to investigate you. Either you're part of the people that abuse the placeholder API. So let me copy the code for you. If there's any part of the code you don't understand, please let me know. I've copied and I've pasted the code for you in the terminal. So you can use it and you can change the name. You can change the name. Also, you can change the variable name from checkmate to check name to anything you want to change the variable name to.
Please, I have a question.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
So what if we have two customers that bear the same name?
Good. Now, if I have two customers that bear the same name, what should I do next? I will now check their email. You see? Because
Okay,
most
but that means that this test will not fail.
No.
yes,
Should not fail.
it will fail. It will fail. So
Okay.
if it's a very robust database, you as the automation engineer, you have to factor that in. As you are doing now, it's possible that a name can be duplicate. So you have to use an email, but ideally you can use ID. But in case you don't have the ID, you can check the name, check the email. So you can use the word and you can use include assertions and user.email included. So you can pair two things together. Is to check the name and check the email because it's in most occasions it's hard for the user to have two of them to have the same name and the same email. If that's the same email, you go for that too. Check their phone number too.
They can't have the same email now.
So that's why most times it's like a Twitter handle, Twitter handle. I'm not sure two people can have the same exact handle, or am I wrong?
It's not possible.
So that's basically like it. Faith, go ahead, your question.
Yeah, I wanted to ask inside this sum brackets, the user equals to user dot name. Where are we getting this user from?
Good. Remember, ask a good question. Where are we getting these users from? Remember that we created a user object. If you look up in line 9 of my code, I said constant user equal to await response does JSON. So if you recall, when we did console.log users, we got so many IDs, so many names, so many emails. Do you recall that?
Yeah, I'm not talking about the users. I was talking about user, the one inside the sum bracket.
It's the same. So okay, this user is a okay. I get your question. So okay, the users is everything, but this user is like we created. This user is an individual user that we created to check. We basically want to check. You know, all those users are objects. They are objects. So I have 10 user inside users object.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, so each of those user, each of them coming together, they make up users. You know, users is plural, user is singular. So we want to check each of the user in users, but we are checking user.name. Check it in some of the users and see if anyone include ASU or G. I don't know if it's clear.
Yeah, it's clear.
So that user is a single user. Thanks for that question. That user is a single user inside the user's object. So as you go along, we get to it.
Yeah. So hi Oji. So this dot sum, users dot sum. Can we?
Yes.
Is it safe to say that users dot sum is same like users dot data? What's this dot sum? Please, I think I missed it.
Okay, so you can't say user.data because most times in endpoints, most endpoints basically is there. I'm coming, please. Most endpoints basically have three things. They have status, they have message, they have data. But this sum is a method, in Playwright that is used to check for any particular thing in an object. For example, the object here is the user object. So this sum is just check anything you want it to check inside that object. Do you get?
Oh, okay, I get it.
Israel.
Yeah. So if I get you right, what you are referring is the user in the sum method is the user is an array of objects. So each object is the user in the array that we are iterating through.
You said each object is a user. I don't get it.
I said the users, the response that we get is returns an array of objects which for each user. So I'm saying that the user is each object in an array that we are iterating through.
God bless you. Yes. So each of those objects is a user. So the user is the object inside that array. You know, the whole array is called users, like you said. There are 10 of that thing. The whole array is called users array. So each of them, there are 10 users inside the users array. So each of them is their objects. So because I have an object is basically okay. If you're asking what an object is, simple definition, an object, you can just say an object is like a variable that has so many things inside of it. So if I say Faith is an object, it means that inside Faith, I have the name of Faith, I have her surname, I have her phone number, I have her email. Everything like that is called an object, right? It's also a variable, but it's just like an advanced variable. So we did variable is basically okay. Let's variable be equals to 2, but an object combines so many things together. Do you get it? Israel, thank you. Any other issue or question? Have we been able to run the code? Any question? No question, Abby. No question. So let's move forward. Now, this test is failing. This test is failing because my name is not there. Now, how do I check if a name is there? Let's look for a name that is there. If I do that, if I uncomment that console.log and I run this test, I will see all the objects. Hold on, let me comment out this guy. You can comment it out. You can check for a name that is there. If I check for a name that is there, you will see, okay. If you can see my screen, you see the name is there, right? Let me pick the number 2. Evan Owell. Aziz Esther, well done. I can see Evan Owell. So let me put Evan Owell there. Evan Owell is there. The guy is a popular guy. So if I put Evan Owell there and I run the test, let me paste Evan Owell here in your listen. You can also check any of the objects. If I put Evan Owell there and I run the test, you will see, if you are seeing my screen very well, you see that if I run the test, you will see passed. Did you see anything? You can see that it did not fail. Let me console this thing now. You can see that it's passed. So you can try with a name that is there. Try with a name that is there and let me
all
get
the
your
list
feedback.
of names, did all the list of the names print out?
Yeah, I printed all the names so that I can get a name that was there. That to print all the names, just uncomment that console.log. If you uncomment it, you print you see the name. So you can pick any name there and put it. Any question? If you have done it, please give me a thumbs up. Good, Uju, good. Adesanya, good. This way, good. Apart face, good. Yeah. So we can proceed, right? So there are so many things you can do on this particular endpoints. We will now move to post request. So let's move to post request. It's possible we might not finish everything today, but you know, depth at times is more important than breadth. So if you know it deeply, you can always apply it anyway. Let's move to post request. But before that, let me give the first assignment. So look for.
Excuse me, Roger.
Yeah, I will say.
Before you go to the stuff, you said we should select a name, and then we should try to get it right.
Yes, please.
Isn't it? So you clear the terminal and then you just type the NPS Playwright test. But the name that you selected, where did you put it?
Okay, that place where you have ASOG.
Where?
Use
your cursor. Let me see.
Can you see it?
No, I'm not seeing it. Okay, let me reduce my so that I can see the entire screen. All right, do it again. Let me see. Where?
See, yeah.
Oh, okay. That constant check name, blah blah. Okay, where there's Evan something, right? I can put the name there.
Yes, where there exactly. Where there's Evan.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, so let me ask you guys, should we call it a day here and continue next time? And I'll give you an assignment, or you want to go move to the post? Because it's
Let's
almost.
move to post.
Will you move to post?
Yes.
So let's move to post. Before we move to post, take down this assignment. This is the assignment. Look for, I'll type it down in the Slack channel. Look for any other five assertions you can do. Any other 5 assertions you can do on this particular get request. 5 assertions on this particular 5. The assertions are, okay, I want to check this, I want to check this, I want to check this. So look for 5 other things you can check on this particular get request, and let's see what we have. Do we get that? So many. Let me give you hints. You can verify that this particular email is not there. You can, I'm just giving you hints. You can verify this email is not there. You can verify that the length is exactly 10. You can verify that a phone number is there. You can also verify that the phone number starts with this. You know, like so many things you can do. For example, if you are a fintech company and somebody from US sign up on your app, and they're asking you that, oh, do we have any US customer? How will you check that there's a US customer? You go to your Playwright, check, you assert, okay, check if the phone number starts with +1, you know, US is +1. Now, all those check. So look for any other 5 check you can do on this particular endpoint. Submit it. I don't know if there'll be a next class, but if there'll be a next class, submit it there. Since today is Saturday, tomorrow is Sunday, can we submit it tomorrow evening on the Slack channel? Let me ask Ada. Ada?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please, are you there?
Yes.
Is it possible?
So you're asking if they can submit the assignments on the Slack channel?
Tomorrow evening, is it possible, or there's a way we can collect the assignment?
I can't hear you.
Hello,
Can you
can
type
anybody?
if whatever you want to say on the message so that I can get it? Because I can't hear you. I can barely hear you.
Okay, I'm typing now.
Please just type in the message box.
Yeah, I've typed. I say, can you submit the assignment on the discussion channel on
Yes,
Slack?
yes, that's very fine. Yes, you can just make what you can give the assignment here and also make it as a post on the discussion channel and the answer in the thread of that post.
Okay.
I don't know if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah, that makes
That's fine.
sense.
That's awesome.
So, guys, on the Slack channel, I'll make a post after this class. So you can answer from today, from this afternoon, this evening, tomorrow, but the deadline is tomorrow evening by 5 o'clock. Everything, all the assignments should have been there. Like, just reply. You don't have to type the whole code. You can just type the line of code. Let's say, don't use plain English for me. You can paste your code there. Expect user knowledge to be like, paste the code. Just paste the code like that. Then, from there the question will come up. So that's that for that. Let's move to post. If you can see my screen, I want us to proceed. Please give a thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you. Now, we've been able to do posts. We've been able to do get. Now, let's do post. Ideally, it is always good, even in development, because I've done software development at the point. So, even in development, it's always good to modularize your code. In software engineering, they call it code modularization, and they call it separation of concerns, meaning that don't put all your code in one place. The same way some people don't put all your egg in one basket. In Playwright, so it's always good to not put your code in one file, in case that file, and it also makes your file readable. So what I'll be doing is that I'll be changing this name, the name of this file, to get. See my screen. You can rename a file and name it get. Remember, it was example.spec.js. Now it will be get request.spec.js. I will now create another file inside the test folder. Create a new file. See the way I'm doing it. I'll call it post request.spec.js. If you've done this, please let me see. Post request dot okay, Uju, I can see you. Omorish, I can see you. Okay, Omorish, I can see you. So create post request dot spec.js. Then he said I can see
Yeah,
you.
sorry, Restman. I want to ask a quick question.
Go ahead, please.
So when saving a request, or what will I call it now, under the test, I understand the JS is JavaScript. What does spec mean?
Good. I was looking for somebody to ask that question. Now, spec means specification or specific. If you are running the test, all the file in your test folder, if you observe now, I'm creating get request.spec.js, post request.spec.js. It needs to have spec.js as an extension. Why? Because that is the way that Playwright, that is the extension that Playwright is expecting. So the way Playwright is designed, if you see anything spec.js inside the text folder, it will assume that, okay, you want me to execute this file. So it's just an extension. And the same thing too, at times, instead of using spec.js, you can use test.js. Test.js. So you can either use spec.js or test.js. Two of them have similar, they do similar things, they're just a slight difference. Do you get? So spec.js, test.js, you can use the two of them to as a file extension for anything in your test folder in Playwright. Are you clear?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question, please? Now, the JS means JavaScript. At times, you can see TS. That means TypeScript. But JS means JavaScript. So if you've created this particular file, you can just copy everything in your get request.js, then go to your post request.js and paste it there, because we don't want to be repeating and typing again. So, but if you paste it, there are some things you will change. The first one is that you will change, remove everything first. Remove everything first so that you'll be confused. Then change that get, the text title is get/user. So change it to post/users. If you are following me, please signify. Good. Imo, Kehinde, Uju, yes. So we are good to go. Now, please pay attention here. Pay attention here, because the post is a bit different from the get. Why is it different from the get? Who can give me one important reason why post is different from get?
Because post needs a payload. It needs input data here.
God bless you. Yes, thank you. So post needs a payload. But at times, at times there are some posts that don't need payload. In that case, what do they need? If you know the answer, at times, not all post requests need payload. At times,
Query parameters.
who can tell me? Huh?
Query parameters.
Good. I would have said they should clap for you, but we are in the virtual class. So yes. Okay, Kehinde is clapping, Uju is clapping. Yeah. Yes, so at times they need query parameter. Don't let us go too deep into query parameter, but we will do a little of query parameter when we get to the update and delete request. You will do a bit of query parameter, just a bit. So now let's go to post request. First thing I want to do, now I've deleted everything I have. After my request, see what I'm doing. I want to create a new user. It's a user object. So I want to send a new user to the database. So I'll do constant. I will call it new user, right? I'll call it new user and I'll say equal to, in Postman, you see body then you type JSON, you put, but in Playwright, you have to write them as a function. I'll see equal to them. I'll put 2 curly brackets. Don't type now, you will type later. Then I will pass this particular name. This guy is already giving me a name to pass. So I'll pass a name. I'll pass name. I can pass my name. Then I will pass email.
Báwo
Emmanuel, share moods. I'll pass email. You can pass your mail. Oh. This is just my mail. Then I can pass phone number. Now, you can try it with your own detail. Now, what I have done is that I have created a user object. Remember, I told you that an object is just like a variable that has so many things in it. Now, these so many things are, in this case, name, email, phone number. Also, remember that in that particular response, there should be address, website, everything there. But let's keep that. Let's just focus on these 3: name, phone number, email. Then after that, what should I do? You can be typing as I'm typing. So I can type as I'm typing. Then after that, I'll do this const, and I'll put comma inside my constants. I'll start up to this point. Let me do something for you to make it faster. Let me paste this in the channel. Hello? If you are here, okay, Uju, you are here. Is we again at this point? So we again is at this point where we are. Aziz Esther, I can see you. We again. Ibite Faith, Amadika is there. See, I can see you. Okay. So let's proceed. Mary Daniel, I can see you. Now, let's do something. As usual, first thing we'll do, we can create a variable called user. User to be await this. Then we can do console.log user. Now, if you are here, after you start, okay, Aziz, you are not here, please. You can unmute and talk. Esther, Aziz Esther, I've pasted the code This is the code in the chat channel. Check the chat channel. Check the chat channel. Aziz, okay, if you have any question, please signify.
Yes, please. The request dot get should it be in post or it should be guest?
Okay, sorry. I skipped something. Please, it should be get. Oh. Thank you for pointing that out, please. It is request dot post. Thank you for pointing that out, please. So in line 11, please, is request because this is a post request we are doing. You can see why it's not good to copy one code from one file into another. So let me replace this. Can you guys see my screen? Hello?
Yeah, we are here.
Okay. So let's try and run it. Now, if I run it, now there is a little thing we will do to run it. I can't use that NPS playwright text like that anymore. Why? Because this command will run everything in the O folder. But now I'm not interested in the O folder. I want to run only this post request. So what do? I'll do npx playwright text, then I'll now put the file name. The file name is post request .spec.js, and I'll run it. If you run it, you will see something down. Can you see it? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, so try and do this. So this means that you've been able to successfully make a post request to the endpoint. You've been able to successfully make a post request to the endpoint. We will not go too deep for this post request, not giving you the heads up. We'll continue it next time because of time. It's almost 4 hours, 10 to 2, and it's already to 2. So if you are able to do this to this point, then congratulations. But before we go, let's just make one assertion. Like, let's make one assertion.
Sorry, Oji.
I would say, please.
Please, I didn't get what you sent in the terminal. Please, can you help me repeat that?
Okay. Is it which one? Is it the O code or the command? I can hear you. I'm coming. Let me send the O code. I'll send the code. Let me send the command. I've sent the command. Hello?
Oh, yes, I can hear you.
So can you see it now? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Imo, Udo, please go ahead.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Oji. You're doing a marvelous work here. So I wanted to ask for these posts. You know, there are some kind of post requests that you need to specify, like we're working, this is going through because it's open source, this JSON placeholder. But in a typical scenario where you need to specify like an authorization token, maybe there's a header validation and all of that, how do you do that?
Yes, so that was what I intended to do after we are done with the basic ones. So in a typical scenario, you have headers, you know, an API won't just be open like that. So let me just give you how it will look like. You know, you don't have a real, like we don't really have a, we can basically use open source for now, right? But in a real scenario where you have headers, ideally, this is how the stuff will look like. Ideally, you will have a file called config file.
Okay.
So the file will contain your, like your tokens. It will contain your token, your all those elders that you need for the authorization, everything, and also it will contain your endpoint URL because because most times you won't put your endpoint URL and paste it like that. The same way we are
Directly,
pasting
yes.
this JSON. You get this just like so those things are like the advanced concepts where so we hope to get there. So
thank you.
A utility file, a configuration file, you know, where you have all those things. But let me show you a snapshot of how, let me try and look for a snapshot of how it will look like. Let me show you a snapshot of how it will look like. Okay, I think let me give you a snapshot. Let me just see. Let me just this is like a snapshot. Let me paste this in one file in my VS Code. Can you see my VS Code?
No, I can't. Okay, yes, I can now. Yes.
Can you see my VS Code?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. So let me create this file and use to explain to you. This is like a demo file. We have I am importing a configuration file at the top. You can see.
Yes, I can see it.
So ideally, I should have alt config. Then after I have alt config, then in my test, in that test I told you about, I'll have a header here. You can see the header here. Now that header will now have authorization token, right?
Yes.
You can see that even in this my request.get, the base URL is not there.
Base URL is not there. Yes, it has been
Uh-huh.
specified somewhere else. Okay,
Yes.
in the
So the
config
base
file.
URL is it's part of the configurations too somewhere. So
Oh,
I
okay.
give you this is how it will basically look like. Even more advanced than this, but if we get the basic concept, we can get the other ones.
All right.
But
Thank you.
you will get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
Let's just move forward. So let's do some assertions on this one. Let's do some assertions on this one. So, is there any question so far? Is there any question so far?
Yeah, the test file, how you created the get request and post request. I didn't get it on my end. That you clicked on test and then you created some things. Did you left click or what? Or right
No.
click?
Click on the test folder itself.
Yes, I've
Then
clicked on it.
click control, then right click. Yes. Click control, then do right click. You see new file.
Okay.
Okay.
So all right. I've seen it. So that's where I will create the two files, right?
No.
I'll create.
We sent this particular file, this particular get request is the previous one we use. We just rename it to get the spec.ds.
Okay.
So the one you create is the post. Yes.
Okay, the one I'm seeing is example.spec.cs. Is that the one I'm going to rename?
Yes, you name that example something to get request to spec.cs.
Yes, all right. Then for we'll now create another one for the post.
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So let's add a bit of assertion to this, then we can now call it a day. If you stayed up to this point, then you are the real MVP. Let's do it to this point. Now, I've added some assertions here. Then I've added some assertions here. Then I'm now saying, so I'm saying that I'm expecting this response to be 200, meaning that, hello, can you still see my VS code? Can anyone still see my VS code?
Yes, can still see it.
Yes.
I'm expecting my assertions to be, I'm expecting my response to be 200. Then I now created the variable user. Then after that one, I want to do another assertion. What I'm not expecting now, this one is very important. This second assertion, expect username to be user, because that's basically the test you are doing. Now, if you remember, I created a new user, right? With all this payload, name, email, phone. Now, this second assertion on line 19 is now saying that user.name. Now, the user.name is the response. New user is what I'm passing, the payload. So I want to expect, I'm expecting that the name I'm getting is the response, is also the name I'm passing as my payload. That's the meaning of this user.name to be new user.name. Did anyone get that? Or should I recapitulate? Hello.
Yeah, got that.
Please recap, please.
Okay. I'm saying that user.name and I have new user.name. Now this user.name is my response because I said user equal to await response.json. That's what will be coming out as my, if I run a response in Postman, that response that is coming out, that's like my user. That the new user is the payload I'm passing, which is in line 5 to line 9, which is new user. You can see new user name, email, phone, right? So I want to compare what I am passing, which is the payload, new user, the payload. I want to compare it to what I will be getting, which is user. So I'm expecting that the name, because in this new user, I can do new user.email, new user.phone, new user.name, but I'm picking the name. So I'm expecting that the name that will be coming out is the same name that I put inside. So that I won't put OJ inside and I'll be getting Emmanuel as my guess. Did there some? Hello, are you guys still there?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so after you do that, you can now run it. Oh, right. Use 201, please. Then run it. Have you been able to run it?
Yes.
Okay. What did you get?
Same thing.
One fast.
Eh?
My name. The same thing on your screen. My name, email,
Okay.
phone number, ID 11.
Did you use 201 or 200?
201.
Now try 200 and let me see something. And let me see what the response is.
Yeah, it failed. Expected 200, received 201.
Okay, so who can tell me why 201 is passing and 200 is failing? That's the last thing before we call it a day.
201 is for creation of a account. So that should be the status code.
Yeah.
God bless you so deep. So 2 is not enough for the endpoint to pass. We have to ask, did it create something? It's a post request. It has to create something, unlike a get request, which is just going. Do you get? So yeah. So this is already 10 minutes to the end of the class. So we now understand the basic concept, although we've not done the patch and the put request. Hopefully we might do that next time.
I'm sorry, is there a reason why my own 201 is passing?
Did you
And my
install?
so
So one is passing. Try and save. Do Control S. Do Control S. What's the update now? And what's the update? Adesanya. Hello.
Sorry, command not found. Sorry, I'm coming. I think I imputed the wrong command.
Okay, okay. Okay, so this is where this is like the basics. There are still more so many concepts. Like I said, you still have the authorization, you still have the separation of concerns, you know. This is like writing a junior code, like writing, although it does it, but if you are testing 200 test cases, you know, the approach will be different. You can't be writing the code like this. There are more advanced concepts, more efficient ways. You know, we've been declaring this HTTP all the time. There's a way we can also do it. Like I said, you can do some configuration file, you can create util file, you can create functions. Instead of writing test dot this thing, you can put them in a function. Like, so there are so many concepts there that we can put. So Emmanuel is asking, do we have a repo? Okay, so if you have a GitHub, I will try and push this code to GitHub. I'll put the code in the GitHub channel and I'll put the link to the code in the assignment I'll be dropping on the Slack channel. So you can go back and see all the code that we use and you can try and run it yourself. Okay, a repo with advanced concepts. A repo file. I don't know what you mean. You can unmute and speak, Emmanuel. Emmanuel Francis. Emmanuel Francis.
Hi, hello, good afternoon.
Good
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I'm asking if you have a repository with the advanced concepts that you've not taught in this class.
Okay. Most of the repository I have are private repository for organizations, and you know, it's not good to share it. So what we can do is to create one. Do you get so those things? So which leads me to ask, how many of you be interested in the advanced concepts? You can just signify, please. Can you drop your name in the chat? Is it possible to drop your name in the chat? Because I might not see all the answers. So okay, I have Faith Albert. I have Faith Albert. I have again Emmanuel Francis. Okay. So please, if you are interested in the advanced class, you can drop your name on the channel. I have Temi. Okay. I have Sammy. Mary Daniel. I have Grace. I have Esther. I have Esther. Is that all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9 people. You can also raise your hand if you can't type. Just raise your hand. I will see it. You can raise your hand.
Sorry, Oji, what did
Okay,
you
Sam.
ask? Sorry.
I said, Sam, I can see you. If you are interested in the advanced class, You can
okay.
raise your hand or type your name. Okay, I can see Uju. I can see Sarah. Okay. Is there any question? So how many people do you have here? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 11. Your post bot is not working on your postman, Emmanuel. Try to restart. Like do every reload. You know every reload in postman. You know you can reload and you can do every force reload, like every reload here. Try that. If it doesn't work, you can reach me out of Slack. Is there any further questions? Okay. If there are no questions, if you are still interested in the advanced class, so that I can speak with testers quarters to see if they can organize it. Emmanuel, you can reach me on Slack. You can reach me on the Slack channel. Also, OG on the Slack channel. Just reach me on the Slack channel. Would you please go ahead?
Okay, so will there be a continuation of this class? And
Yeah.
when?
That's why I'm asking for
Okay.
people to signify. So if you are, you can still signify before I relay the message.
Sorry, Audrey.
Yeah.
I'm getting an error when I run my own code, even with 200 or 201 or
What's the error
201. Yeah, I'm having, when I run it with 201, I'm having user type error. User.name is not a function.
There's something on somewhere. Is that the name? Is there a function?
Yeah.
Can you share your
That's
screen?
That's
the last thing we'll do before we go.
Okay.
Is Ada here? Ada, please, are you here?
Yes,
Ada.
I can hear you.
Okay, so please, I think I'm done. I want to, you can
you see my screen?
Okay, let's just debug Faith issue. And I say Faith, maybe. No, I can't see your screen.
Can you see it now?
User the name. Go back. Expect. Okay. Wait. After that, you see. After that name, that user.name.
Yeah.
That there is no bracket. Remove that bracket after that user.name. Put that bracket at the end of that expect you have his own bracket. So there are 2 brackets in your user.name. Yes. Put the brackets at the end of everything should be inside. Let me paste it for you. We are trying around like that. Let me paste it in the chat for you. It's the brackets issue. So Idowu, hello.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I can hear you. You said
yeah.
I should tell you more about the advanced class, the payment, the time, and all. Okay, so Ada will do that. Ada will do that. I will communicate to you. You are on Slack, Abby?
No, I'm not.
You are not on Slack?
Yes, I'm not.
Yeah, drop your phone number.
Okay.
Ada, can you add that to Ada?
Yeah. So I'll drop the link to join Slack now. I'll drop the link to join Slack. I think Kende dropped the link earlier. I don't know if you were able to join, but I'll drop the link now.
Okay.
So that you can join Slack.
Yeah.
All conversation, everything you need to know, I'll have to reach out to I'll have to reach out to Princess. Then we'll talk about those that really want to go for the advanced part of this learning, and we'll come to a conclusion on when it is going to be, how it is going to be, the price and everything. And I'll still reach out to everybody, but it's going to be on Slack. So let me drop the link.
You will see join community there.
I don't know. Can anybody generate Audrey, can you generate a link so that she can join? Right now I can't my network is bad. I can't even generate a link to join.
Okay, so I sent you the Google form. So just fill it. Then you click submit.
Oh, great.
Exactly.
Okay, that's great. Kende, please, if you're on the call, you can still share the link again so that she can join Slack.
All right.
Okay. Imo, please, you want to ask a question?
Yes. So at the tail end, like around 1:45, my network was acting up. I just even joined back. So I wanted to ask, like, this recording, will it be posted on Slack? Like, where do we check it for me to be able to review the parts that I missed out?
Monday, I'll be recording on YouTube. I'll record the recording on YouTube, and I'll.
Sorry, I didn't get that. You're breaking.
Sorry, I said by Monday I'll post the recording on YouTube and share the link on and watch it.
All right,
Yes.
all right, it's fine. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, Mary, Daniel,
So
I
does
think it's
anybody
your
have
issue,
any other
Mary.
question?
Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
thanks.
Anybody with any other question?
Any other
Idowu,
question?
I've been able to join Idowu.
Yeah, yes, I'm still registering. I'll submit it soon.
Okay. Oh, somebody say you should drop the link to the YouTube. Ada?
Yes, I will do all that later when I upload it on YouTube. I'll have to download this
Okay, so
whole recording, then upload it on YouTube. Then I'll drop the link. Everything will be on Slack. I'll be making a post on Slack concerning this and how we're going to move forward. Everything on Slack by Monday. So just
okay.
just
So
be
just
very, very
ensure that
attentive and
so just ensure that
Okay, look at the
you
YouTube
are
link. But I've not uploaded this particular lesson on YouTube. I'll be doing that by Monday.
okay. So just ensure that you are on Slack. If you're on Slack, you won't miss any updates. If you have, I'll be
Yes.
dropping the
Kende has dropped the link to join Slack.
yeah. Okay, as is.
Oh.
Anytime you repair your laptop, you can always drop the assignments there. So
Ada, I think you can stop recording.
that's all from my end. Thank you for having me, and I hope I was able to make an impact today.
Thank you so much, OG. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh,
So Ada,
thank you so much, OG. Who's speaking?
yeah.
Okay, I said thank you so much, OG, and everyone who has waited till this time to learn. Thank you everyone for joining. So for those asking for the courses, I'll be making another post on Slack, and you can reach out to me for more information on the lessons and when to start and the prices and everything. So have a great day. It's been a long 4 hours. Have a great day, everyone. Happy weekend. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, OG. Thank you so much.
Ada.